I can see you practice that one a lot, Jerry. Thank you very much. Very gracious introduction. My second talk is about role models. And firstly, how many of you have, as youngsters, have had role models? Keep your hand up. Okay, how many of those were sporting? Keep your hand up. How many of those were sporting or entertainment figures? All right. How many of those were business or political figures? Okay. How many had community figures that were their role models? Fascinating. Thank you. It's something that's been on my mind a lot lately with what's going on culturally in this country and around the world. And then on January the 21st, in the Wall Street Journal, there was a fantastic op-ed article by a guy named Warren Kozak. Did anyone read that article? Okay. It was titled Lance Armstrong and Our Unheroic Age. And basically, it talked about how we are being let down by our role models and our heroes lately, particularly in the world of sport. If we look at Lance Armstrong, we look at Tiger Woods, pretty much every baseball player, and this crazy nutty Manti Te'o thing that no one can get their head around. Characterized by headlines, sensationalism, lying, and cheating of the people we look up to. He went on to say that 40% of the children in the US are without a father in the home. He also said and argued that that was the greatest threat to our country, this lack of fathers as role models in the home. And lately that's been supported by the reduced birth rate in this country. It's fallen below the replacement level. People saw the article last weekend about how, also in the Wall Street Journal, about how our birth rate is now down to 1.6 and 1.7, and to keep the population at the same level, we need a birth rate of 2.17. And pretty much all the developed world is falling behind that. So the world population will start dropping. And with it becomes a drop in innovation, becomes a drop in cultural values, as we have to focus more on caring for our elderly. Warren went back to his childhood and he said, you know, where are the guys in our community we look up to? Where are they? And who are they? It seems that the world has changed. Growing up in New Zealand, we are how many people have been to New Zealand? Just as I thought.
After you took your shirt off last
night. Yeah, I know. Timmy's kind of been there. And she's in the same spot.
I'm so surprised she's up front for this.
Yes, Timmy, I'm going to keep my clothes on this time. Yeah, you guys were really late.
Oh. $5 to do it again.
Us New Zealanders.
I'll give you 10 if you don't.
Oh. Us New Zealanders are a stoic people. And when I was growing up as a youngster, our role models and the people we looked up to were our sporting heroes. Our national sports are rugby and cricket. And we had some incredible people who shaped the world. Edmund Hillary was the first guy to climb Everest, a giant of a man. Rutherford, who split the atom. These were our role models growing up and who we aspired to be. And how they were characterized was by having pride in doing the right thing. And every kid wanted to be seen to be doing the right thing. You know, these rugby players that travel all over the world, they were farmers. They didn't get paid to do this. Same with the cricket players. It's all changed now. Now in New Zealand, there's probably US culture is more pervasive than anything else. If you go around the cities, you see NBA caps, you see NFL caps. It's the latest trends, you know, with social media, 24/7, access to all that is all that is an American culture, which is arguably the US's biggest export. If you look at what we really export, we export culture from this country. We lead the world in that. I had the pleasure of doing business in China and for many years, and their role models are really business leaders. And there was a very good article in Time magazine 7 to 8 years ago, which was about this growing technological gap and how China's catching up in patents and technology degrees by students and things like that. And a notable quote, which I always remembered, was, in China, in the US, Britney Spears is Britney Spears. In China, Britney Spears is Bill Gates. And the aspirational model in China is Bill Gates. It's not for the young people to be the next Britney Spears. Of course, she's not hot anymore, but Education values, leaders in the community are really, really highly, highly valued. I have 2 sons. One is 2 1/4 and one is 1/4. And I really worry about who they will be influenced by as I move forward in my years, and certainly as they move forward in their development. Their role models are first and foremost me. And really, I'll be always there for them. And I strive to be the best person I can be in front of these little guys as they grow up and form their views on the world. And my role is to put the tools in their toolbox, the right tools in their toolbox, so they make the right decisions going forward. Like we have done by joining Toastmasters. For all you new members, I'm the VP of Membership. So my belief, and what I really extol with my life mission as well, is it starts with us in everything we do. We have to be role models for everyone around us. It's not about being the drug-addled cyclist. It's not about being the philandering golfer. It's not about being some guy who just lies through his teeth. We all know our truth, and we deal with our truth. And invariably, we all have someone who looks up to us, and we have a responsibility to be that role model to those people. Thank you very much.